So our next lesson on the Battle of Marathon is called Preludes and Manoeuvres. So we'll learn about the events before this battle. We're going to understand why the Athenians went out to face the Persians, develop some military analysis skills. Keywords are Miltiades, name for general. Tyrant, that was his old job. He's a Mede fighter, he fights Persians. Callimachos, another Athenian general. In fact, he's called the War Archon. Council, plain, big flat bit of land's a plain. Cavalry, you know what those are, I hope. Messenger, Phidippides. He's a very famous man. You've sort of heard of something he did. We don't know his name yet. And Carnea is a Greek religious festival. Okay, so Miltiades. He's an Athenian. He's one of the Athenian generals, the leading Athenian general at this time. Before he came back to Athens, he'd actually been a tyrant somewhere else in Ionia. Yeah? He had to flee because he fell out with the Persians. He went back to Athens. He was put on trial, in fact, in Athens as being a tyrant, but he got off. And he was elected general because he had a lot of experience in fighting the Persians. He's a Mede fighter. So he's our main character in the story of the Battle of Marathon. We know quite a bit about him. He even has some stuff with his name on it. Here it is, Miltiades. We actually have one of his helmets in a museum. Here it is. So where we left off yesterday, the Persian fleet was on its way to attack Greece. They left Ionia, to Samos, Naxos, Eretria, onto Athens. And on the way, they attacked quite a few Greek cities, including Eretria, which they captured, burnt, and took everybody away as a slave to be taken back to Persia. This Persian fleet was about 600 ships. We're not exactly sure how many soldiers they had. We think between 25 and 30,000, including perhaps 2,000 cavalry. And when they arrive near Athens, they land at a place called Marathon. Marathon's a place, not a race. And they chose Marathon. Hope you can see they landed here on this beach. Now, can you figure out why they did it? In class we'll talk about why the Persians chose to land their fleet and their army here. What is it about this place that makes them want to land their army here? What advantage do they get from it? What do the Athenians do? Well, it's a democracy now, so they have a meeting. All the generals, Miltiades, Callimachos, all meet to decide what to do. What to do? Do we stay in Athens and defend the walls, or do we march out to fight? They decide to march out to fight. And the reason is this. Here's Marathon. Here's the two roads. Both of these roads lead to Athens. And they realise if we march out and meet them here, we can block them. They can't go. If we meet them here, they can't get to Athens. We're better off fighting them here before they get to Athens. At the same time, B, they send for help. Yeah? Think about it. If you're the Athenians, who are you going to ask for help? You're going to ask the Spartans. So they send off a guy called Phidippides, a famous runner. His orders is to head off to Sparta as fast as he's let us carry him over the mountains to ask them for help. So he sets off about 120 kilometres, which he covers in about 2 days. And then when he gets to Sparta, he has a meeting. He meets the ephors, and he meets the Gerousia, the council. And they say, yeah, we'll come and help you, but not now. It's the Carnea. It's a religious festival. We can't march. We can't head out until the new moon, which is in 10 days' time. So Phidippides has to head back and run back another 120 kilometres back to Marathon to tell the Athenians, tell Miltiades, no help's coming. They've got to fight the Persians by themselves.